Jerry. Oh yeah, I still got the guild. It's in the house. So is that like too crunchy? I did sell the Paul over the summer. Am I in tune? That's the other question. Not really, David. Hey, how's everyone doing? How is the balance on that stuff? Could you hear the backing track? I don't know if school changed my blues playing. Maybe practice more. So there is that. Probably made everything a little bit better. I don't think I play less bluesy because I did go to school. What else we got here? Minimal, so I could turn that up. Blues, funk, rock, and B minor. Check this out. This is the dude. Why? I actually don't do this. Yeah. All right. Kind of weird. I don't think you guys can hear the backing track. I can't hear the guitar. There's got to be a better way of doing this. So, that was the J Rocket Dude pedal. How did you guys like that pedal versus for the lead sound? I'm gonna try something here. Oh, we spent a bunch of time this weekend talking about this guitar, which I brought to my Friday gig, the last gig of the pre-quarantine era. Let's see what it sounds like online. Everybody know what this guitar is, actually? Anyone know what this guitar is? This is my Tokai from high school. And total lawsuit guitar. And it's got Duncan... it's got Duncan Antiquity pickups and a Warmoth neck because the neck was just worn out. And my tech refused to, or didn't refuse, but he didn't want to try refretting it. So if you're on the markweenguitarlessons.com or the Mark Ween, my old channel, you're probably not going to hear much guitar unless you go over to the Jack's Guitar Tracks. And I think there's a link in the bottom of the thing there. So just, Okay, so here's this guitar clean. I love the neck on this. Give a little bit more of that. For some reason, on my pedal board, the out that I've got the Iridium going on doesn't give much in the way of the effects, like the reverb and the delay. All right, so that's the clean. I love even the bridge on this. You have all the in-between sounds. Here's the middle position. I almost never use the middle position on strats, and on this guitar, actually, I use it a bunch when I take it on gigs. For some reason, it works really good. Here's the number 4. Guitars, it's funny, the neck is a little bigger than the other guitar, so takes you a second to kind of get used to it. How clean is that on the stream? It's funny, we were since we're staying home, we're watching old movies with the kids, and we ended up watching 16 Candles with my daughter. And it's funny, I didn't realize that Lenny from Texas Flood, the Stevie Ray Vaughan tune, was actually in 16 Candles. Let me hopefully this doesn't mess you guys up too much. There we go. So this guitar, I mean, this is the M drive. It's funny, the M drive never seems to do much, but it gives me just a It just fattens things up, especially on when things are quieter. There's times where with the Sur amp, if I turn that M drive on and just use the bridge pickup on the Les Paul, it sounds pretty much like Back in Black. It's pretty good. This guitar with the Revival drive, I was really happy with this the other day. Hopefully it sounds good through the stream. What was I So yeah, I was actually really happy with that pedal with this guitar. It's nice because when I bridge pickup on this, not bad, right? Now I need the hat. What hat? So yeah, this guitar works really nice with that pedal. Here's with the Dude pedal. Oops, I don't know how it goes. Yeah, it's makes me happy. Goes, but so yeah, just noisy. You know, it's a Strat. My favorite phaser. There's the Phase 90 on this thing. What else I got in this thing here? Oh, here's my sing this one out. I never meant to cause you any sorrow. I never meant to cause you any pain. So yeah, I love that. The chorus works pretty good on this guitar. So, what other fun sounds are on here? Oh, everybody's favorite. That's actually the Eventide H9. I'm going to turn off the other stream here. Oh, are you you're moderating Rhett's chat? Is that what the deal is? Oh yeah, have fun. Play some blues. The only problem with this sound is that if you don't play super clean, you get all these weird extra sounds. And those little glitches. I use it for like, sometimes I use it for Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. Fun sound. But kind of hard to play with. Oops, no. Hang on a second, let me grab another guitar. Anything you guys want to see or have any questions about? Got the McFeely going on. I was going to take the treble bleed out of this the other day, and then I realized Mark did such clean, super nice, tight wiring that I'm going to mess everything up if I do. So, with this rig, I kind of need to be able to turn the volume down and like lose a little bit of high end. So here's this guy. Where's some of the reverb there? How's this one sound on there? Here's the M drive. Here, let's this one says Heartbroken Blues backing track in G minor. Let's see what this does. Using all these other guys as backing tracks. So what happens with this guy here? questions about backing tracks. So the channel, we've got these. Actually, I should just play some of my own backing tracks. Right now, the channel is got about brighter. That's why I kind of want to get rid of the treble bleed. The treble bleed, I think, makes it a little extra bright. So on my channel, actually, let's do this on the other computer. So this is the Jack's Guitar Tracks channel, since I want everyone to see what we got going on. So there's all these playlists. We've got all of these backing tracks in major keys. So we've got all 12 major keys, all 12 minor keys. So we can see. So the next thing is that the major one, do you still play dominant chord sounds over them, or even blues? So you've got the straight major. Which kind of, or you can play the pentatonic stuff. Or the Mixolydian stuff. And honestly, it's the same thing. Basically, it's the same thing in every key. So this one's in D. All right, and the idea is that people can actually just practice with these things. And then there's a whole series of minor ones. Who's back here? The minor ones, you can do all your different modes over them. So this one's in A minor. And so on. There's a few other backing tracks, blues ones based off of my album. So it sounds terrible on my computer. Cool. So that's the commercial for the channel right now. And there's lessons. I'm actually going to shoot a lesson after I do this today. I was wondering if anybody had any questions. I had probably 3 of my guitars ended up having to get new frets this year, and this was one of them. So I'm enjoying having this back. Cool. So if you guys guys want to check out what's going on pedal board wise, I'm talking about it. I'm not really showing you anything about it. Will that work? Let me make it a little bit light. So there's what I'm playing through at the moment. All right, everything's going through the ES8, which is this guy right here. And then I'm controlling all the other junk with this. It's my Leslie coming out of the Strymon Mobius. Yeah, I love the Leslie on this. It's pretty good. It's one of my favorite sound on the Mobius. A lot of people like Josh Smith, they use the Eventide H9, this guy here, for the Leslie, and there's some pretty nice sounds like those guys have worked out, but I've just gotten used to the one in the Mobius. This is supposed to be my slapback, but it's a little kind of crunched up. It's not really working so great right now. All right, someone asked me why I have two of these Spark sounds. One of these, this one is in the loop and it's always on, so things like my phaser don't get lost on stage. Without that little bit of boost from the Spark, I end up not hearing that. So it just kind of brightens it up. And then this one here, forgive me, this is gonna get loud for a second. This one goes to 11 pedal. So if I've got a sound, I just need a louder, more cranked up sound, I just kind of hit that guy right there. So let's swap some guitars out. So this guy here, you don't see very much from me. This is actually kind of a loaner from my friend Mark Brawley, another builder kind of like Mark McFeely. I think I only play guitars made by guys named Mark these days. This guitar is it's cool, but the pickups are a little bright for me. I love the look of this thing. It's got these kind of Filtertronic kind of deals in it, and I'll occasionally use this for recording. It's a I think this is called a business coupe model. I think I don't remember if he's in Texas or Oklahoma. But these are McFeely pickups, I think. So there's the bridge pickup. I think my only complaint, I love the guitar plays real good. It looks really cool. I love the look of this guitar. At some point, I would love to put other pickups in it, though. I think this guitar would have a lot of oomph if I swapped it out. Yeah, it's super cool looking. I love how this guitar looks. It's a little plinky when it's amplified. It's got a roasted maple neck, which is pretty cool. I don't have any other guitars that has the roasted maple. That's a gold foil pick. I forgot I had the wrong name for it. Hey, Dave. It's made by a guy named Mark Brawley. He's in I can't remember. Part of me wants to say Texas, but I think it might be like Oklahoma, Arkansas. It's a Kinghat business coupe. He sent it to me to try actually a couple years ago, and it plays awesome. It feels awesome. It looks awesome. At some point, I want to replace these pickups. So I really don't like the pickups in this guitar. So, and it's got a roasted maple neck, which I've never had before. This would be great for like doing blues gigs and stuff. So yeah. So Dave, I'm playing through my pedal board and the Iridium straight in. If you wondered what the Iridium sounded like, and then also if it's just on the Marshall sound, just set super clean, so it's like my Sur-amp, and that's kind of what I use just to go out to the PA. It never sounds like my amp in the PA, but it actually works pretty good. So. So, all right, guys. Anyway, any other questions? Also, Dave, I've gone through a couple different guitars and a bunch of pedal sounds too. So if you're really curious about what this thing sounds like, you can always go back and watch the video when it's saved on the thing. So, so that's that guy. I don't know if this would sound very good with all the crunch. Let's see. Yeah, actually, I've just been using the Strymon to power the front of house and the in-ear monitors. We don't use a ton. We're not playing super big rooms, so the front of house usually ends up being more of a sweetener. And I try not to play super quiet on stage because I like the sound of my amp, and the band likes the sound of my amp. So I kind of, you get a kind of a combination, but actually it's the two things mixed together. Like if you're out in front is actually pretty cool. It's kind of a nice thing. So if I had to, I could go completely direct and not use an amp if my amp died, or I've done some rehearsals where I've done that. It sounds pretty good, but the reality is none of these direct things ever feel or sound like an actual amp. And I think that's the thing that people have the hardest time dealing with. And that's something I had a hard time dealing with, but I'm kind of getting used to it. I also hate hearing it through in-ear monitors. But I don't use them very often. Actually, I was trying to use mine for this and just hated it. So I'm actually playing through my deluxe to monitor for in here. So that's that. Let me see if there's another guitar to check out. Kind of gone through everything, but I haven't played this guy yet. Actually, I love this guitar on rock gigs. This guitar, as far as Telecasters go, has a really huge bridge pickup sound. It's probably totally out of tune. So here's the just the so that's the bridge pickup, but I love using it. Like here's with the M drive. That sounds like Coupe to that. Here's the revival drive. So you know it's actually. So it's like the strap a little tighter. Need strings. So yeah, it's nice because I use the single coil guitars early in the night, and then by the second and third sets of the rock gigs, when I switch to the Les Paul, I could also do it with the McFeely. The humbuckers will push all of these the way that they're set harder. So like, I mean, honestly, if I had to play, it's not super beefy, but if I switch like to the Les Paul real quick with everything set the same, right, then it's almost like I don't need a second pedal set to the heavier crunch. I'm just pushing this one harder, right? And because the more aggressive music happens towards the end of those gigs. All that junk, you know. And I can always kick on the. That's gonna be kind of too loud. So this guitar is always kind of like the closer on rock gigs. I can get away with playing all those, you know. All right. The revival drive has this other side, which I've kind of got it. Oops, I'm talking like. Oops, bring that back a little bit. I was kind of messing around with it, but with this guitar, it's like way too much. You know, it's way too. Yeah, kind of got that sort of BS going on. So, anybody have any questions? I'm just kind of hanging out, talking at the wall, which I can sit here and play and noodle around all day. I'm good with that. Actually, just because we've played all of these, just for a comparison, here's the PRS. This guitar has the most disappointing pickups of any guitar I've ever bought. That was actually American made and supposedly a nice instrument. It's a really useful instrument. I actually play this thing a lot when I teach at the school. I'll bring it as a second guitar. I practiced on it a bunch. And acoustically, it's nice and like super resonant. And I'm really happy with that. But you know, it's kind of plinky. Yeah. But what's funny is that, like, I mean, I generally hate Paul Reed Smith guitars. This guitar has a really resonant body, though. It's really like the instrument itself is pretty cool, and it's easy to play and everything. But in terms of actually like hearing it through an amp, it's gross. So at some point, I need to figure out what the best choice of pickups for this would be. I'm not really a big fan of like replacing pickups in guitars. Yeah, and part of me thinks if I do something, I want to do something really nice for it. These aren't particularly microphonic. I mean, Paul Reed Smith pickups are generally pretty tight. But the thing is, you've been hearing all the other guitars, all those instruments, and then we come to this one. And you see, and if you watch on social media, I play this guitar a lot. I like practicing on it. It's nice. And about a year or two ago, the guy that repairs my instruments said, I just need more instruments because I'm wearing out the stuff that I really like. So this was kind of one of those, that was a concession. I had something to practice on, something to bring to rehearsals. One of the bands I play, and we spent half the night tuned down a half step. So I'll play this guitar, you know, I'll leave this tuned down a half step. Right now it's in standard tuning. But yeah, it's an American PRS. I think these are the Korean pickups in it. I think that's kind of how they saved money on this, because it's not a $2,000 or $3,000 guitar. I think these things go for like $1,400. I got this a little cheaper because it was like a last year's model, and nobody wanted the gold, which I was fine with. But yeah, the middle. And that you know, it's funny because the pickups aren't closer to the E string, but man, that is annoying. So, but it works. I mean, I could own a lot of worse guitars. This is a good guitar. It's just, it needs to be you know, made over just in the electronics department. And I've already destroyed one. You know, I've only had this guitar 2 years. I've already destroyed one 3-way switch on it too. So it's all the import electronics really are not holding up on it. So. I guess if you use that sound, it's not as big of a deal. Doesn't want to stay in tune either. Yeah, but I don't like guitars that only sound good with distortion. That kind of defeats the purpose, you know? So I don't know. You know, so there's that, or drowning in guitars today. So took up where I left off there. So that's just got more oomph to it. So cool. All right, I'm probably going to wrap it up unless anybody has any specific questions. If you're interested in the upcoming lessons, backing tracks, gear demos, I'm going to try and do a hang like this every week, and hopefully people will have like lesson kind of questions. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, Jack's Guitar Tracks, and get notifications, all that junk. And there should be new videos every week. I'm actually going to, at some point after this, I'm going to take a nap maybe. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to shoot a lesson video on pentatonic scales and modes and whatnot. And check out some of the lessons that are already there if you haven't, and use the backing tracks. So, all right, guys. Thanks a lot.